afternoon, everyone. I don't think there's any new announcements for today, other than that we love Karen and all she does for us. So thank you, Karen.
Okay. Okay. Right. Well, hello, everyone. It's nice to see you all. I see some of you are eating lunch, probably. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Bon appetit. So, what have you been doing all this last week? ¿Estudiaste Ladino? Sí, bravo. Todos son buenos estudiantes. Todos. Muy hermoso. Okay, so I encourage you to go back and watch the first lessons again and again so that you can get a real feel of the language. Plus, some of you are so impatient to go on and learn new tenses, but from experience, please, I have about more than 45 years of teaching experience. So please believe me when I say that unless you get one or two of the tenses really in your head, if I give you more very quickly, you will not be able to learn. So, and nothing will stick. So please just go over what you know and try to write like little paragraphs in the tenses that you know. And it's simple present tense and present continuous tense or present progressive, as some call it. Those are enough even to write little paragraphs. As you will see today, I have some texts for you to read. And then, you know, things will get clearer and much better when you work with what you have, rather than just running the marathon, doing all the tenses and then learning nothing or learning badly. So please don't be don't don't hurry. I mean, there's no hurry. This pandemic is going on, and I don't think it will stop anytime soon. So we have time. Okay. Okay. Let me start by sharing my screen with today's lesson. And please mute yourself. Okay, thank you very much. And let me just, okay, slideshow, play from start. Okay, so here we go. Who would have believed it? It's already lesson 9, right? I keep forgetting to do that. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Buenos, espero muy buenos. Bienvenidos a la lección número 9, la novena lección. Okay, so first, un anuncio. Now, we are very busy as the Sephardic Center of Istanbul, very, very busy preparing this whole program for the International Ladino Day of Istanbul. But it's quite international because we have a lot of guests from all over the world. So I hope you will all be able to attend. It's on the 21st of February, which is Sunday, the 21st of February. It starts at 4 o'clock Istanbul time, which is 4 hours before this time. So just look at your watches and just write it down, because it's whatever hour you're at this particular time, it's 4 hours before, okay? And we have a full program that will last around 3 hours, entirely in Ladino. And you will see wonderful things. You will see people talking about certain interesting events. You will see people and great singers singing. You will see um, some films that were made, and you will see a little film about cooking edirne, some edirne dishes, and you will see two young people talking, speaking in Ladino. One will join us from Oxford, England, and one will join us from Seattle. So I put them all at the end. I put them both at the end of the program so that they won't have to get up in the middle of the night. And then you will also see a wonderful, wonderful theater play that we have prepared for you. And it is called Los Alculumbres. And it's really both informative and also funny. And of course, the most important thing about it is that it is in Ladino. So this past weekend, as you know, we have also been trying to get over or to overcome the technological disadvantages of Zoom. We actually went, the whole theater group, we went to a normal theater hall and made a film of the theater so that you can see it without being cut off, and so you can see it properly. So here's the program, and I'm very happy to say, normally we would have here, if it wasn't for the pandemic, we would have had a whole day of Ladino speaking in the Jewish school here. Every year we have about 400 to 500 participants who come in the morning at 11 in the morning and stay until 6 in the evening. And we have wonderful, wonderful programs, but this year we have to do it on Zoom, unfortunately. Last year was the last year we had it on stage. And here's the, okay, let's read it. Este año vamos a celebrar el DIDL de Istanbul. DIDL es Día Internacional del Ladino, and we add Judeo-Español de Istanbul also. El 21 de febrero 2021, malorosamente en Zoom. Unfortunately on Zoom, we would have preferred it to be on stage. Estamos, wait a minute. Puedes estar muy seguros que aparejimos un programa maravilloso para todos vosotros, nuestra audiencia loyal de cada año. Puedes ver el programa en la brochure que estamos publicando aquí. Si queréis apoyar nuestros esfuerzos, los esfuerzos que estamos haciendo para preservar nuestra cultura, podéis ir a nuestro sitio de web www.istanbulsephardicCenter.com y marcar un certificado de apoyo de DDL que podéis topar en la segunda página de los productos. El programa va a empezar el día de Al-Hal, 21 de febrero a las 4 de Estambul de la tarde, y se va a escapar casi a las 7. Esto es para que vosotros todos no perdáis el encuentro de aquel día. El link para el Zoom está aquí y vos esperamos a todos para pasar un día lleno de alegría, de cantes, de videos interesantes y un teatro a las mil maravillas. Okay. So there were people who wanted to know if there were any tickets and how they would get it. No, there aren't any tickets, but you can go to the IstanbulSephardicCenter.com and go to the second page of the products. There you will see certificate of support, and you can support us by buying one or two or more if you like. And we would thank you for it. Okay. So today, what we're going to learn is family, the family relationships, which is actually quite interesting. I mean, when I was teaching this course in Turkish, the family relationships are much, much more complicated in Turkish than in any of the Romance languages. For example, we have two words for uncles, for example. Father's brother is called a different word, and the mother's brother is called a different word. Same for the aunts. And but here it's much more simple. Most of the Romance languages are simpler. So, okay, let's start. Yes, okay. So here we start with the grandfather and grandmother, grandpapa y grandmama. Moïse y Alegra, Moïse y Alegra. Moïse y Alegra son casados. Moïse and Alegra are married. So if you are a man, you are casado, married, which is an adjective. You are a woman, you are casada, which is feminine. And together they are casados, which is plural. Then they have a son, Papa y Mamá, David y Susie. David, this one, es el hijo y Susie es la hermana de Moïse y Alegra. So David is the son of Moïse and Alegra, and Susie is their daughter-in-law, hermana. David y Susie tienen 4 hijos. David and Susie have 4 children. Hijo y hija. Hijo, hija, oops, sorry. Hijo y hija, Metin y Celine. Hermana y hermano, Sandra y Isel. So brother, sister and brother. Son and daughter. So here you have Metin, Celine, Sandra, Isel. So Metin, Celine, Sandra y Isel son hermanos. They are siblings. Okay. So there we go. Moïse y Alegra son casados. Ellos tienen 2 hijos, David y Salvo. David es casado con Susie. Ellos tienen 4 hijos, 2 hijas, Celine y Sandra, y 2 hijos, Metin y Isel. Celine, Sandra, Metin y Isel son hermanos. Celine es la hermana de Sandra, Metin y Isel. Isel es el hermano de Celine, Sandra y Metin. So you see hermana when you're a sister, hermano when you're a brother. Celine, Sandra, Metin y Isel son los nietos de Moïse y Alegra. So nieto for a masculine grandson, nieta for a feminine granddaughter. And nietos, plural, when there is a masculine one involved. Nietas would be granddaughters. Moïse es el gran papá de Celine. Sandra, Metin y Isel. So, Moïse es el gran papá. Alegra es la gran mamá de Celine, Sandra, Metin y Isel. Alegra es la gran mamá. So she's the grandmother. David es el papá de Celine, Sandra, Metin y Isel. Susie es la mamá de Celine, Sandra, Metin y Isel. So you can also say es el padre. Susie es la madre. So you have 2 words, just like in English. Father, mother, dad, mom. Okay, so you have the two guys here, David, Salvo. David y Salvo son hermanos. Salvo, this guy, no es casado. He is not married. Él es bekar. He is single, and bekar is a word that comes from Turkish. Salvo es el cuñado de Susie. So you remember Susie was married to David. So Salvo is Susie's brother-in-law. Salvo es el tío de Celine, Sandra, Metin y Zel. So Salvo is also the uncle of David's 4 kids. Susie y Regine son hermanas. So these girls, they are sisters. Regine es casada. Regine is married. Regine es la cuñada de David. So she is the sister-in-law of Susie's husband, David. Regine es la tía de Celine, Sandra, Metin y Zel. And she's also the 4 kids' aunt. Regine es casada con Marco. So Regine's husband's name is Marco. Ellos tienen 2 hijos, Dalia y Selim. So they have 2 kids, Dalia and Selim. Dalia y Selim son los primos de Celine, Sandra, Metin y Zel. So they are the cousins of the 4 kids of Susie, or the Susie's 4 kids. Dalia es la prima, Selim es el primo. So you have cousin, girl, prima, cousin, boy, primo, plural, primas and primos. And here's an interesting word. Dalia y Selim son buchuques. Buchuques means twins. And here's for you a whole list of the family relationship words. So all you have to do is copy them and memorize, memorize, memorize. Don't forget, these are not simple, they are simple enough, not as complicated as the Turkish family relationships, I can tell you. Okay, so here we come. We are going to start with a dialogue. So can I have 2 girls raise their hands? Yes, Jane and Debbie, go ahead.
Jale, Jale, is that right?
Jale.
Jale, ¿qué estás haciendo?
Estoy escribiendo a mi tía.
Tu tía, ¿dónde vive tu tía?
Mi tía Susie vive en Miami con sus hijos y nietos. Está muy contenta allí.
Qué bueno. ¿Qué hace allá tu tía?
Ayuda a sus hermanas. Todos laboran allá. Y los chicos tienen de menester a una persona que los cuide cuando vienen a casa de la escuela.
¿Cuántos años tienen los nietos?
Bueno, que su hijo Isaac tiene una nieta de 14 años y un nieto de 16. Que su hijo chico, Víctor, tiene 2 hijas, buchucas, que tienen 15 años.
Oh, todos están más o menos engrandecidos.
Sí, mañana cale tener tino. País extranjero es.
País extranjero es.
Oh, país extranjero es.
Tienes razón.
Okay, can I have Marcia and Susana, please? Unmute yourself. Yeah, good. Oops, sorry.
So, okay, Marcia.
Marcia, unmute yourself. Wait a minute, let's see.
Yeah, now it's good. Okay, should I do Dora?
Yes, do Dora.
Jale, ¿qué estás?
No, The J's are always read or pronounced as
Je.
Jale.
Jale. Jale, ¿qué estás haciendo?
Haciendo.
Haciendo.
Estoy escribiendo a mi tía.
¿Tu tía? ¿Dónde vive tu tía?
Mi tía Susie vive en Miami con sus hijos y nietos. Está muy contenta ahí.
Qué bueno. ¿Qué hace allá tu tía?
Ayuda a sus hermanas. Todos laboran allá. Y los chicos tienen de menester a una persona que los cuide cuando vienen a casa de la escuela.
¿Cuántos años tienen los nietos?
Bueno, de su hijo Isaac, tiene una nieta de 14 años y un nieto de 16.
Dices.
Dices. I knew it was right.
Go over the numbers.
Yes. Dices.
Yes.
Dices. De su hijo chico Víctor tiene 2 hijas, buchucas, que tienen 15 años.
15 años.
15 años.
Todos están más o menos engrandecidos.
Engrandecidos.
Grandecidos.
Sí, Mayene Calle tener tino, país extranjero es.
Mayene.
Mayene.
Cale tener tino.
I don't know what yene is.
Yene means again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, man.
Still, you know, even though they're grown up, still they need somebody to
take care.
look after them. Yes, to take care of them. País extranjero es.
País extranjero es.
It's important.
Extranjero.
Extranjero. Yes.
Sí, Mayene Calle tener tino. Okay.
So here I would have to talk about Cale.
Cale, yeah, what does that mean?
It means have to. And it is an expression that has come to Ladino from Catalan. And it's a very nice, actually, it's a very nice expression because Spanish doesn't have a, you know, a term like that or an expression like that. And sometimes I feel when I speak Spanish that this, you know, it's lacking. It's lacking. So, you know, cale que vengas, cale que me vaya, you have to. So we use it really very frequently in Ladino. So cale is have to. And it's used quite frequently. So let us translate this. Marcia, you start.
Okay, Jale, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I am writing to my aunt.
Your aunt? Where does she live?
My aunt Susie lives in Miami with her sons or her children and grandchildren. She's very happy there.
How nice. And what does your aunt do there?
Very good.
She helps her daughters-in-law. They all work there. And
no, it means, yes, everybody, it means everybody works there.
Yeah.
And not just the hermueras, because then it would mean todas laboran allá.
Oh yeah, I meant it that way. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is for everybody. If I had meant just the hermueras, I mean just the daughters-in-law, then I would have to say todas, meaning all the daughters-in-law. But I meant everybody in general works there, not just, you know, not just the guys, but the women, but everybody.
Everyone there works. Yeah. And the kids need someone to help them take care.
To take care of them. Cuidar, yes.
Cuidar,
take care of, look after. And also here's another. Tienen de menester, they need. Tener menester means to need, okay? They need a person
To take care of them when they come home from the school.
Excellent. When they come home from school, they need somebody to look after them, to take care of them. Okay.
How old are your grandchildren? Are the grandchildren?
Well, from her son Isaac, she has one granddaughter that is 14 years old and a grandson that is 16. From her son, her youngest son, Victor, she has two girls that are twins that are 15 years old.
Oh, they are much or
more or less, más o
more,
menos.
more or less, I never saw grown up. Oh
Engra-
yeah, engrader, to like to grow, engrader, the verb.
Engrandecidos, engrandecer means to grow up. So
Yeah, okay.
engrandecidos would be the adjective form, engrandecidos, grown up. So they are more or less grown up.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, but still,
You have
to
take.
to
Well,
have
actually, there is
Latino.
no person there. Kale means
One.
It's
like,
necessary.
if anybody knows French among you, on doit. It's
On
like
doit.
on, which means everybody. It is necessary. Yeah,
It's necessary.
Yeah, you need.
One needs.
Yeah, or one needs. Yes, one needs to take care.
Exactly.
And it is.
It's a foreign country.
Yes. Tienes razón.
I can't see the rest of it. If
Okay.
You are right.
You're right.
You're right.
Tienes razón is you're right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, here we go. Second dialogue. Whose hands do I see? Miriam, Sherman, and Debbie, did you read before? If not,
I read.
Oh, you read. So who else?
Somebody else maybe.
Claude, I can see your hand. So go ahead if you're there. I can't see Claude. So, okay, Zafi, you go ahead. Miriam Sherman.
Yo empiezo. Ya empezaron las calores. Ya empezaron las calores. El en verano está aquí. Y yo estoy sudando el día entero.
My goodness. Ah, sí. No demandes. Esta una desgracia.
Está, you have to say está, it is, I'm using the verb, está una desgracia. It is terrible.
Una desgracia. En tu casa tienes clima.
En tu casa tenés clima.
What is clima?
Clima? Oh, it's an air conditioner.
Oh.
Malorosamente que no. Mi marido dice que clima no es bueno para la salud.
Yeah.
Todos los hombres son los mismos, parece. En nuestra casa ya tenemos clima. Para cuál. Mi marido se espanta de abrirlo.
Ferdinand.
Una calor de morir y nunca abre el clima. Dice que se lo toma el bel.
Se le toma el bel. Lo abre.
Y mi marido es lo mismo. El sol lo marea, el aire lo chachea. Sí, hay un poco de aire, pichín, ya cerrar las ventanas. Le digo que me estoy ahogando. Amael dice que aire quiere decir curander y curander es negro.
El Dios que nos da paciencia.
Que nos dé. El Dios que nos dé. Paciencia.
Paciencia.
Este verano me va a ir a visitar a mi hija que vive en Canadá. Allí es fresco a lo manco.
¿Y tu marido?
Él tiene hecho, no puede venir orosamente.
Okay. Okay, two more people.
A lot of words on this.
Yes, yes. And especially here is a proverb, or rather maybe an idiom, el sol lo marea, el aire lo shashea, means he gets affected by everything, by the sun, by the wind, you know, so, you know, very kind of dainty kind of guy. El sol lo marea, el aire lo shashea. So can I see two more? Okay, Carla. And somebody else's hand. Do I see anybody else's hand? I can't see from here, that's why. Do I see any hands? Okay. Let's see, Susan Barocas. Go ahead. Oops, no, where are we?
You changed the...
Yes, here you are. Carla and Susan, go ahead.
Ya empezaron las calores. El verano está aquí y yo estoy estudiando el día entero.
It is el en verano. It is not verano, it is en verano. Summer.
But el en verano.
Sí, el en verano está aquí.
Okay.
Y yo estoy sudando. I'm sweating el día entero. Okay.
Ah, sí, no demandes. Está una desgracia. ¿En tu casa tienes clima?
Malorosamente que no. Sorry. Mi marido dice que clima no es bueno para la salud.
Todos los hombres son los mismos, parece. En nuestra casa ya tenemos clima, ama para cualo. Mi marido se espanta de abrirlo. Barbinan.
And you have to do this. Barbinan. Yes.
Una calor de morir y nunca abre el clima. Dice que se le toma el bel. Dice que se le toma el bel cuando lo abre.
Okay, we're going to translate this. It's difficult. Okay. Go ahead.
Y mi marido es lo mismo. El sol lo marea, el aire lo shashea. Si hay un poco de aire, pishin ya será las ventanas. Le digo que me estoy...
Le digo
que me estoy
ahogando.
Ahogando, ama. Él dice que aire quiere decir curander.
Curander, which is a French word. It's
curander. But how you pronounce curander?
Curander. Y curander es negro.
Él dice que aire quiere decir curander y curander es negro.
El Dios que nos dé paciencia.
El Dios, no Dios. El Dios que nos dé paciencia. Sí.
En verano me va a ir a visitar a mi hija que vive en Canadá. Allá es fresco a lo manco.
¿Y tu marido?
Él tiene hecho. No puede venir. Orosamente.
Yeah, thank God he can come. Okay, let us now translate this because there are certain phrases that are important for you to learn. That's why I try to incorporate these terms inside the dialogue so that you can learn. Okay. Let's start. Carla, you start. Ya empezaron.
It already started the calores, the warmth.
The heat. The
The
heat
heat.
has started.
The heat.
Well, las calores because it is plural in Ladino. It
O
means
verão, the summer is here. And I am sweating all day long.
yes, the whole day. Okay, very good.
Yes. No question about it.
No,
Or
no, 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 no.
what
No
is it?
demandes. I don't ask or don't say. No, that's it. It's an expression. It's an expression. Means, I mean, how are you? You can reply, "Oy, no demandes." Oh, don't ask. I'm terrible. You know, I have all sorts of negative things going on. So, no demandes is an expression. So it doesn't mean literally don't ask, but it means metaphorically, oh, don't ask. Oh, you know, it's está una desgracia. Okay, so then she goes on to say,
Right. It's a disgrace.
it's terrible.
No,
Desgracia
it's
is
terrible. It's terrible. Do you have air conditioning in your house?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, no. My husband says that air conditioner it's not good for health.
It's not good for your health. Yes.
It seems all the men are the same. In our house, we have an air conditioner, but for what? My husband
Espantarse is to be afraid of.
My husband is afraid to open it.
Oh, there is no expression that would, you know, correspond to this barbinan. So, you know, it's this barbinan. Oh, really? It comes from the Hebrew, and but it's very it's very Sephardic, very Ladino, and you know, you use it to all the really bad things that you don't like. So you say, oh, barbinan, and you always go with this. So I'll tell you an anecdote. We were in my group and I, Los Pacharos Sefaradis. We were in Queens in New York for a concert, and we were asked to perform for the Sephardic community in Queens. Now we went to this little synagogue, which was full, and for the first time, apparently, a lot of people came. So there's a song called Barbinan, and it's.
I was gonna ask if that's from this song. Oh. Sorry.
Well, yeah, there is a song. It's Una Isha Bovatengo, Barbinan, etc. But it's because it's so I said, you know, Una Isha Bovatengo, you know, Barbinan, you know, and I went like this, and there was this little old lady in the front row, and she suddenly started crying. I said, you know, why are you crying? This is a, you know, funny song. And she said, do you know, when I last saw this, somebody do this, that was my grandmother's time. So I last saw my grandmother do this, Barbinan, you know, and for her, it was so nostalgic. You know, this was something like I have never been able to forget. So whenever I see Barbinan and do this, I remember that little old lady.
So, Karen, can we say barminan, or is it incorrect? Because that's how I always heard it, and I'm just wondering.
How?
Barminan?
Yes, some people say barbinan, some people say barminan, some people say barminam. You know, in spoken language, you know, not in written language, but in spoken language, things get changed according to how you pronounce the sounds. Okay, so a m could become a n, or a b could become a v, or you know, a b which is bilabial, which you use your two lips, could be barminam. So barbinam. You see, it's the same movement of the lips. That is why that in spoken language, I'm not talking about a written language, but in spoken language, it is possible to see different variations of the sounds that the lip movements make. Okay, so that is how things get different in certain areas in how people pronounce words. It's totally okay, and a lot of people pronounce things in a lot of different ways. I'm not against that, but I do like to see one style of writing, because always the written language is more set, it's more conservative. The spoken language can vary, okay? That's the linguistic part.
Thanks.
All right.
You're most welcome. So where were we?
Barbinan.
Yes, and Barbinan. Okay, una, sí. Okay.
Una calor de morir y nunca abre. I'm sorry, we're translating.
Yes, yes.
It's hot enough to die, and he doesn't turn on the air conditioner, open the air conditioner.
Now,
let's see.
Dice.
He says that it brings.
No, not dices. Dice. So he says.
He says that it brings.
No, que se le toma el bel. El bel is the waist. So the back of his waist kind of gets not paralyzed, but it hurts. You know, whenever you have air currents touching your back.
Is it like getting a cramp or something?
Spasm.
A spasm, yeah, a cramp, yeah. And you know, the air conditioning kind of sometimes does kind of make people uncomfortable. So that's what he says. He says, se le toma el bel. El bel is the waist. You remember the book we have, Cuentos del Bel para Abajo? And these are the down below, you know, anecdotes below the waist. So that's the bell. Cuando lo abre, when he turns it on. And?
Okay, and my husband is the same. You said the meaning of this.
Yes, el sol lo marea. So if he goes out in the sun, he kind of gets dizzy. El aire lo shashea. So the wind. So shashear is when your eyes make you cross-eyed. So the sun makes him dizzy, and the wind or a little bit of air makes him cross-eyed. So you know, it's he gets sick all the time. And
if there is a little bit of air,
yes, pishin means, it's again a word that comes from Turkish. Pishin means immediately. So immediately he closed the windows.
I tell him that I am
me estoy ahogando. I am kind of suffocating. Ahogar means both to drown, but drown in the sea, in the water, whatever. But also in this context, it means to suffocate.
Okay.
I tell him that I'm suffocating.
And he says that to open.
No. But he says, él dice que aire means wind or air. Quiere decir curander. So means current, air, yeah, it means a current. There's a current and the current is bad.
God give us patience.
Yeah. El Dios que nos dé paciencia. Also, you can learn this. It's also a term that is used a lot. El Dios que nos dé paciencia. Oh, may we have patience. You know, may God give us patience. Yes.
This summer. My daughter is gonna come to visit.
No. En verano me va a ir.
I will go.
I will go
visit my daughter that lives in Canada.
Exactly.
There it's fresh. Alamanco, I forgot.
Alamanco at least. It means at least.
Okay.
It's cooler. It's cooler there at least.
And your husband?
he has hecho work. He can't go, unfortunately.
Actually, it's not go, it's come. He can't come with me.
He can't come with us. It's hard for me to translate to English. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can't come. Orosamente, thank God.
Thanks God.
Yeah, fortunately, or orosamente, fortunately, he can't come, or otherwise. He will shut off all the... Okay, so you've learned a lot of new expressions, new things here in this dialogue. Okay, let's go on. Ooh, don't you like the look of that? I absolutely love strawberries. They're my absolute favorite fruit. I mean, really, really favorite fruit. I love them. Okay, two more people. Elsa, go ahead. And Bully, you go ahead. You two go ahead. Elsa will be Jale. So unmute yourselves, please, both of you.
Bien.
Elsa.
¿Qué estás haciendo, Ana?
Estoy comiendo.
Double N, you read the double N's. Anna.
Ana, ¿qué estás haciendo, Ana?
No, not Anna. No. Not Anna. Anna. Both.
Anna.
Yes.
Anna.
Very good.
Estoy comiendo.
Afiet olsun. ¿Qué estás comiendo?
Un poco de fruta, unos pedacicos de frangulas.
No, de ananas con frángulas.
De ananas con frangulas. Me enamoro de frangulas.
Bully, listen. Frángulas.
Frangulas.
Yes. Comes from the Greek, actually. It's a Greek word. Frángulas.
Me enamoro de frangulas. Es mi fruta preferida.
La mía también. Siempre me acordro de mi madre en Ganeden. Cuando venía mi aniversario, siempre me hacía una tarta de frángulas. Por esto, cuando viene mi aniversario, siempre demando que me merquen una tarta de frángulas. Mi marido y mis hijos ya saben esto, y en cada aniversario me mercan tarta de frángulas.
¡Qué maravilla! Te diré una cosa. Yo hago unas tartas de frángulas de otras frutas y de otras frutas maravillosas. Son de chupar los dedos. Si quieres, te hago para ti también. Son muy dietéticas. Meto muy poco azúcar.
Ahora, la semana que viene, invitamos a las... Invitamos a las amigas y tú nos haces un grande... grande tarta de frutas. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Frutas.
Muchas gracias. Very good. De nada.
De nada.
Muy bien. I see Miriam Eli. And do I see another hand? Do I see other hands? Come on, I need another girl. Yes, Vivi Ojalvo, go ahead. Unmute yourselves.
¿Qué estás haciendo, Ana?
Estoy comiendo.
Afiye olsun. ¿Qué estás comiendo?
Un poco de fruta, unos pedacicos de ananas con frángulas. Me enamoro de frángulas. Es mi fruta preferida.
La mía también. Siempre me acuerdo de mi madre en Ganeden. Cuando venía mi aniversario, siempre me hacía una tarta franca. Por esto, cuando viene mi aniversario, siempre mando que me merquen una tarta de frángulas. Mi marido y mis hijos ya saben En cada aniversario cantar.
¡Qué maravilla! Te diré una cosa. Yo hago unas tartes de frángulas y de otras frutas maravillosas. Son de chupar los dedos. Si quieres te hago para ti también. Son muy dietéticas. Meto muy poco azúcar.
Ahora, la semana que viene invitamos a la amiga y vamos a hacer una grande tarde. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Okay, Vivi, I think you're. Oof, there's a lot of echo. Okay, so turn off, so unmute yourself, and then I will have Sibel Razon and who else? Miriam Hodara, would you like to read? Unmute yourselves.
Okay, I should start.
Start.
Sí. ¿Qué estás haciendo, Ana?
Estoy comiendo.
Afiyet olsun. ¿Qué estás comiendo? Oh, ¿qué es?
Un poco de fruta, unos pedacitos de ananas con frángulas. Me enamora de frángulas, es mi fruta preferida.
Ah, la mía también. Siempre me acuerdo de mi madre en Canadá Este. Cuando venía mi aniversario, siempre me hacía una tarte de frángulas. Por esto, cuando viene mi aniversario, siempre demando que me merquen una tarte de frángulas. Mi marido y mis hijos ya saben esto y en cada aniversario me mercan tarte de frángulas.
¡Qué maravilla! Te diré una cosa. Yo hago unas tartes de frángulas y de otras frutas maravillosas. Son de chupar los dedos. Si quieres te hago para ti también. Son muy dietéticas. Meto muy poco azúcar.
Allora la semana que viene invitamos a las amigas y tú nos haces una grande tarte de frutas. Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Okay, let's translate because there are certain terms here as well. Go ahead.
What are you doing, Anna?
I'm eating.
Okay, afiyet olsun is the Turkish term for bon appetit or que aproveches. So, but it is used a lot, so I just included it here so that you can, when you hear it, let it not be strange. Afiyet olsun. ¿Qué estás comiendo?
What are you eating?
Un poco de fruta, a little bit of fruit and some piece of ananas with strawberries. I love strawberries. It's my preferred fruit.
Favorite, yes.
It's my favorite fruit.
Mine also. I always forget.
No, just the opposite. Remember.
I always remember my mother.
So here, this is also a special expression. En Ganeden este, may she rest in peace. That's the English translation, really. But what we really mean, that may she be in heaven. Ganeden is the Hebrew word for Garden of Eden or Gan Eden heaven. Okay, so may she be in heaven or may she rest in peace. But that is the expression that we use when we talk about someone who is deceased. So me acuerdo de mi madre, en Gan Eden este.
So when my anniversary
came. So this is Vinia, when my anniversary used to come or would come, siempre me hacía una tarte de frángulas.
I always made a strawberry tart.
She made me.
Oh, sorry.
She made me what is that? This is it. It's like tart or cake or whatever of strawberries.
So because of this?
Yes. Because of this.
When it's my anniversary, I always ask that they buy me a strawberry tart.
So you see here, actually, I know you're going to ask this later on in the group, so I'm just, answering you now, Miriam. Okay, demando que me merquen. So this is the verb mercar, which means to buy. Que me merquen is the subjunctive form. Whenever there's a que, demando que, espero que, digo que, always whenever there is a que, which means I ask that, actually even in English it's the same. It is a subjunctive, the old subjunctive form, but people are not aware of that. Que me merquen, so for the verb mercar, subjunctive form is merquen. Okay, una tarte frangulas. Okay. Go ahead.
My husband and my children already know that on every anniversary,
and on every anniversary,
that they buy me the strawberry tart.
Yes.
Oh, how good.
No, que maravilla, how wonderful. Maravilla is wonderful. Que maravilla. Te diré una cosa.
Shall I tell you something? I make tarts of strawberries and some other fruits as well. Wonderful.
Though the maravillosas is for tarts. Maravillosas tartes de frángulas y otras frutas. Okay, so this is a term that you tell people, for example, if they're if they make things very, very tasty, son de chupar los dedos, like mwah, 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 mwah. So you just lick your fingers. They are to lick your fingers. So meaning very, very, very tasty. Absolutely very tasty. Wonderful. So this is also a term that you use to describe very tasty food or whatever.
If you wish, I will do for you as well.
Yes, I will make for you as well. Son muy dietetic.
They are very dietetics.
Yes, okay. Meto muy poco azúcar.
I put just a little bit of sugar.
Very little sugar. Okay. And then
next week we'll invite friends and you'll make a large tart for us.
A large tart of fruits.
For us. Thank you very much.
De nada.
Okay. So after this, I had some. Okay, let's go over these. Unas verbos irregulares. So ir, which means to go. Here are vo o va, vo, vas, va, vamos, vas, van. Okay. Come is vengo, vienes, viene, vinimos, vinish, vienen. Traer means to bring. Traigo, traes, trae, traemos, traes, traen. Okay, you have to memorize these because they are irregular. 3 more. Irse, now we learned ir. Irse, there's also a reflexive verb. Mevo, which means I go. Te vas, you go. Se va, mos vamos, vos vas, se van. Again, another reflexive. Ambezarse means to learn. Me ambezo, te ambezas, se ambeza. Ambezar is to teach, ambezarse is to learn. So you have to know the difference, okay? You can't say ambezo Ladino, because when you say ambezo Ladino, it means I teach Ladino. You have to say me ambezo el Ladino. I learn Ladino. Te ambezas, te ambeza. Mos ambezamos, vos ambezás, se ambeza. And oír, to hear. Oigo, oyes, oye. Oyemos, oyes, oyen. Now, after this, I had some text, but we don't have time, so I will put them for next week. And here is the recipe I promised you I would give. So these are the albóndigas de prasa or the köftikas de prasa, which are leek meatballs. Now, here are the ingredients. Ingredientes: 2 kilos de prasa, 2 kilos of leeks, 200 gramos de carne picada, 200 grams of mincemeat, un huevo, una patata, una carota. I guess you know these. Huevo is egg, patata, potato, carota, carrot, sal, pimienta, salt and pepper. Harina, now here, this, as I have made loads of these leek meatballs through the years, I have found that thicker flour is much better. So either we have something here in Turkey that is called harina de galeta, or you can use harina de matzah, which is matzah flour. They come, in both. Because when you fry them, you're going to fry them, and if you use normal white thin flour, it kind of doesn't fry as well as when you put them in this flour or the matzah flour. I even prefer matzah flour throughout the year. So I buy more so that I can have some to make this kind of fried meatballs. So, ¿cómo hacer? How to make? Lava la prasa, Lava la prasa, córtala en pedazos chicos, búyela. So you have to wash the leeks and you have to cut them in small pieces like this. And then you have to boil them in water, okay? You have to boil the pieces. Then when they are, really soft, exprime la prasa bueno. So you have to really squeeze. we always squeeze, as you can see, squeeze the leeks really well so that it won't have any liquid in it. And métela en un lehen. Lehen, I told you, was a kind of bowl. So on it, ajusta la carne picada, el huevo, la sal y pimienta y un poquitico de aceite. So on it, you just add the mincemeat, the egg, salt and pepper, and just a little bit of oil, olive oil could be. Finie esto todo bueno. So you have to knead the whatever you have there really well, and then make them into meatballs. Okay, so until here it's not that difficult. Now after this comes the tricky part. So every meatball you have to put inside the flour, and then put them inside the beaten egg, and then you have to fry that meatball in really hot oil. Okay, so what you do is you take every meatball that you made, put them in the flour. Untar is, how to explain that? I mean, just put them inside the flour, it has to have flour everywhere. Then inside the egg, and then fry. Okay, it is difficult. It's not very easy, okay? You have to find the right way to do it. And then, of course, that's it. When they are really fried well and nice, you can make lots of these, and then you eat what you eat in the family dinner, and then put everything into the freezer And when you want to eat again, you take out a few of these and put them in the oven, and they will come out really as if you just fried them. So they are, you know, it's good to make a lot of them. I usually make about 100 of them. And of course, not even half remains in a big family dinner because it's everybody's favorite. But inside, you know, the potato and the carrot, that is also my preference. Some people just put, instead of that, they just put breadcrumbs. But I prefer to have potato boiled and made puree, and the carrot also boiled and made puree, and add inside the whatever it is in the bowl with the leeks and the mincemeat and everything. And they have, especially the carrot, gives them a little bit of moisture at the very end. Otherwise, when you finish frying, they become a little bit dry if they don't have the carrot. So this, I find, for my taste, is the best recipe through the years. Now, I'll tell you something. I was doing some research to see how our women, you know, usually make this. So I was giving a some kind of, I was doing some kind of meeting with the women of the Talmud Torah. So there were about 50 women present, and I gave each of them a sheet of paper, and I said, you have 2 kilos of leeks. Make me the meatballs, write for me the ingredients of the meatballs. So I had 50 different recipes, believe me or not. So everybody likes their own kind, and everybody says, oh, the meatballs of this woman is wonderful, they're wonderful. Or the meatballs of that woman, oh, they're even more wonderful. You know, everybody says, so you just have to, I mean, this is my recipe, but you're free to, you know, experiment with the ingredients. Okay. I hope you like that, and I hope you make them, but it's not very easy. Let me tell you, especially the frying part. Put in the flour, then in the egg, and fry. Okay. And here's a song that I thought we could do today. Árboles lloran por lluvias. This is a very classic song, and this was the song, apparently, that the Sephardim who were transported into the concentration camps sang. So especially this part, torno y digo, ¿qué va a ser de mí? What will happen to me? En tierras ajenas me voy morir. I will die in strange lands. So that is why it is it's an emotional song. So I thought you should know about it. Okay, let's hear it.
Árboles lloran por lluvias y mi montaña por aires. Así lloran los mis ojos por ti, querida amante. Así lloran los mis ojos por ti, querida amante. Torno y digo, ¿qué va a ser de mí? En tierras ajenas yo me morí. Torno y digo, ¿qué va a ser de mí? En tierras ajenas yo me morí. Blanca sos, blanca viste llenas de glory.
It is a beautiful song, and my friend Izet Bana really sings it very well. Oops, no. Okay, so here's the last slide. If you want to have any of the music or reading material, the place to go is www.istanbulsephardiccenter.com, from where you can order CDs, books, whatever. And here we are. Wait a minute, why can't I? Oops. Stop share. Okay, found it. Okay, so thank you very much for being with us tonight. And I'll see you all next week next week I'm going to teach you 2 songs. So be ready for that. And we will have reading material, the things that we couldn't do today. And the more you read, the better it's going to be. So, al vermos, queridos estudiantes, queridos elevos, al ver. Oh, don't forget to send me paragraphs for El Amanecer so you can be published in Ladino. Okay? So, I'll see you all next week. Bye.